Hey there, and thanks for watching this video. My name is Thom Singer, and the reason I'm filming this video, I'm not dressed up, my hair is not coiffed, and I'm not going to do a lot of editing with this video. I was out for a run, and I was thinking about a conversation I had with somebody who they wanted to become a professional speaker. And my background is I've actually been a paid professional speaker for the last 15 years. From 2009 until 2020, that's all I did to earn my living. Now, I didn't get rich, but I earned as much as I would have as a marketing director for a law firm, and I had a nice lifestyle business, and it was awesome. And then the pandemic cratered the whole thing. And a lot of people, they talk about how great they did during the pandemic, and some of them are even telling the truth. But a lot of people just pretended their way through. I was pretty honest. My business got whacked. In 2022, I took a full-time job running an association, but I still have my speaking business. And with this job, I'm allowed to go speak as much as I can and I want. However, in working to bring that business back after 3 years of the meetings industry being sort of compressed and not having as many meetings and not as many people attending, it still has taken me time to build the business back up. I'm probably about halfway to my numbers from 2019. 2020 was going to be my best year ever. But I'm filming this video because I hear from a lot of people who want to get into the business. They deeply feel that they have a message that they can share with people, and they believe that they could earn a living doing this and helping people along the way. And I think that's awesome. And there's a lot of people out there who are selling really expensive courses. I'm talking like $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to learn how to get rich as a professional speaker. Well, you know what? The only person getting rich is the person taking your $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000. None of the people I know, and I don't know everybody, and I don't have all the answers, and I'm not always right. For God's sake, I am wrong all the time. But my perception is that very few people who do these courses become 6- and 7-figure professional speakers. Now, I've spent a lot of money over the last 15 years on my career, but I've only spent money on the speaking business after I've earned the money, meaning I'm not taking away from my future, my savings, putting things on credit cards to build a website, to get a video, to print materials, to take a course, to get a coach. I wait until I've earned the money to do those things. There are some great coaches out there who can help you fine-tune your business and go forward. However, there's a lot of bullshit out there too of people who are just charging $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a year, bragging on the couple of people that they worked with who got big. And yet you start thinking, God, after all these years, how come you only talk about those 2 people? The biggest flushing sound I ever had in my career was paying a business coach. Absolutely no value. Okay, that's a lie. I paid like $8,000 and I got a $2,000 value. And you know what? She would never give it back in a million years because that's not the way it works. They're playing off the hopes and dreams that, oh, I can help you do this. And then when it doesn't happen, they say, well, you didn't do what I said. I did everything the coach told me to do, and my business didn't change. So I am going to tell you right now that if you want to get into this business, number one, you got to speak a lot. You've got to get good on stage. There's nothing that takes away from having the presence and the ability to weave a story, to captivate an audience, and to move them to action. The second thing is you have to have a topic that people want to hire. You have to make sure that you're focusing on an audience who wants your message and who has a budget to pay you. I talked to someone one time and they were telling me what their topic was. And I said, yeah, but who pays for that? And she goes, nobody yet, but they should. Well, that's not going to work. You've got to find a market that already exists, or you've got to have something so unique that people understand they need it before you explain it to them. So you need to practice. You need to have a good message. And then the real tip here is you got to have speaker friends. I think you got to join the National Speakers Association because you'll get around working speakers. Now, a lot of these people selling courses go, oh, there's too many wannabes in there. They just want to separate you from their money. They don't want to put you with people who you can build a relationship with where you can soar and grow up together in the business. So I think that when you have community, collaboration, and conversations, you are absolutely going to learn how to do this business. There's nobody who can teach you on a coaching thing. There's nobody who can say, hey, you're good. You might not be any good. Your message may not be right. A coach who you're paying a lot of money isn't going to say you suck because you'll stop paying them. I'm ranting, obviously, but I was out for a long run thinking about this conversation, and it dawned on me that everyone out there who wants to get into this business knows that you have to work hard, you have to, get good, you have to have friends in the business, because here's the thing, when you have friends in the business, success leaves clues. So you get around people who are doing what you want to do. Most of them will want to help you. They'll teach you. However, even the ones who don't, they drop a nugget here, a theory there, an idea there. So don't get caught up in you're going to hire some guru who's going to change your life. Find your people, find your peers, grow up together in the industry, and then realize this business is a sales business. If you don't sell the speech to somebody with a budget who can pay you, then you're never going to be a professional speaker. So you've got to be out there promoting yourself, figuring out, making cold calls, sending emails, writing blog posts, doing videos, etc. Now, this video isn't going to make me any money because you know what? I'm not selling you a coaching program on how to get rich as a speaker. So you're not going to just out of the blue send me money. Nobody does that. It's not like people are going to go, how do I Venmo you money? That's not going to happen. So I'm doing this from my heart and from my soul because I don't want you to get screwed by people who are going to tell you the stuff that you could learn by reading a couple books, watching a couple of videos, and attending the National Speakers Associations, both locally and nationally. Now, here's the thing. What you're going to learn from the National Speakers Association, from attending the workshops and making friends, it's going to take you several years. So if you think that you can start, in November and by January, quit your job and have this business going, yeah, it's happened for a few people. But in our country, we have a bad problem. And that is we focus on the outliers and say, I want to do what she did. It's not repeatable because what she did came through a series of things that are unique to her, and it propelled her to stardom. The fundamentals take a long time to learn and to do. I actually think you have to speak like 300 times before you're even going to be good on stage. And you can say, well, Thom, easy for you to say. You've given over 1,000 speeches. Yeah. And the first 300 weren't as good as the last 300. So if this rant has touched you at all, save your money, make friends with people who are really in the business, and don't stalk the celebrities. Look for, if you're a beginner, look for beginners, but look for beginners who have gotten their first check or their first 20 checks. So that's my belief. I'm so tired of people thinking there's a shortcut to this business. I'm trying to rebuild my speaking business after the pandemic. And it's taken me several years to get to where I am. I realize it's going to take me several years to get to the next level and get it back to those numbers from 2019 and before. But I understand that. And I can pretty much promise you, there is nobody out there who can wave a magic wand and do it for me or coach me to do something better. Because if there was, I'd give them a giant commission on the backside. If there's someone who could help me grow this business to $300,000, $400,000, $500,000, I'd give them 4 times what they're charging to be a coach. And that I'm super sincere. I would give it to them on the backside. But you know what? My phone never rings with people who say, hey, I can make a lot of money because I can help you. No, it rings with people saying, I want your money and maybe it'll help you. So that rant is huge. I'm sure I'm going to get some pushback. By the way, there are some good coaches out there, and there's some people out there who can really help you with their course, but do your homework. Tell them when they try to sell it to you, I want to talk to 22 people who you've worked with. I said that to one person. They're like, well, I can't give you 22 names. No, because they don't have 22 people who would say, oh my God, invest this $15,000. So please, please, please get into this business, change people's lives, use the spoken word to do amazing things. And at the same time, don't fall prey to the predators who want to separate you from your money. And if you get into the business, join the National Speakers Association, support the community that exists of people who invest their time to help other speakers. NSA is a trade association like the National Plumbers Association or like the Bar Association. They're not a speakers bureau. They're not an agent. They're not going to get you booked, but they're going to bring you into a community of people who mostly want to help you, lift you up, and see you succeed. I believe that if you're successful in this business, you've got to give back. And the way you give back isn't by charging other people to get into your course. There's a lot of speakers who suddenly have these courses, and it's like, no, if you're really making $1 million a year, enjoy it, sit by your pool, and share from yourself. To whom much is given, much is expected. And so I don't think we have to monetize everything. In fact, as I do this long rant, I am thinking I am going to start a Facebook group that's totally free for people who want to get together and share ideas, who support the National Speakers Association. You don't have to be a member, but everything that they stand for, and who want to get together on, monthly calls and talk about sales and how to build their business. So reach out to me, just Thom@thomsinger.com, And let me know if you watched this whole video this long. This might be the longest silly rant I've ever done on YouTube, but maybe it touches one or two people and maybe it keeps them from making mistakes that I've seen a lot of people make. And then we could create a community, or you could just join NSA where the community already exists. Any community I'm going to support can't have people who diss the National Speakers Association. You don't have to belong, but you have to realize that for so many people over the last 50 years, it has opened doors and built friendships that are incredible. So community, collaboration, conversations. Community means we come together to help everybody thrive. Collaboration means we work together and we don't care who gets the most. So many people, collaboration means I'll help you, but you pay me. That's not collaboration. That's a transaction. And then finally, conversations. I can speak into this camera forever, apparently. However, we need to have a conversation. People, you need to have a conversation with other people who are speaking. And the way to meet these people is through the National Speakers Association. It's not from giving somebody $15,000 so you can be part of their community. Blah. Have a great day.